Welcome back to Down to the Wire. I'm your host, Broden Kreitler. Whether you're a diehard sports fan or love the thrill of competition, we've got the latest highlights, breakdowns, and stories that keep sports fans on the edge of their seats. Let's jump into this week's episode.
All right. Well, thank you, Coleman, for being here with me today.
Yeah, no problem.
Starting it off here, I got, what are your expectations for this season on and off the court?
Well, I think our coaches, we've talked a lot, and we always have high expectations, for our kids and to expect a lot out of them as far as working hard and things like that. We've honestly been a program that really hasn't said, hey, we've got to win districts or we've got to win this for it to be successful. We don't want kids to really think about that. So, really our expectations are guys just to come in, work hard, be good teammates, and try to improve throughout the year. And that's what we want our guys to focus on. And because we believe that if you do those things and throughout the season and in practice, that the other stuff kind of comes, success comes. And so now, to say that we don't believe that we can win some big games this year and have a chance to win conference and districts, we definitely do have those expectations. We bring back a lot of guys. We only graduated one, and he was a big piece. But with the experience that we have and the guys that we have on the team, we do believe that we can kind of do some big things as far as in the win column and maybe winning some tournaments and things like that. So I would say we have some high expectations. We think we have guys that we can do things that maybe we haven't done in the past. So we're kind of interested in trying some of those things also. And then, off the court, like most coaches would probably say, we want our guys to just become better people in the process.
Yeah, for sure.
We're always trying to teach things. We talk about our 6 pillars all the time, being productive and prepared and being poised, things like that. And we want our guys to relate that to real life.
Yeah, piggyback on to what you said. You don't really try and, all talk about winning. As a player, I definitely know what you're talking about there, because you guys, in practice, it's not all about winning. It's rarely do you guys ever talk about winning. It's always, just compete, work hard, and, the wins will come with that.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you really just focus on the end goal, no matter what it is, then you kind of maybe lose sight. And if you fall short, it's still not that maybe you weren't successful, because maybe you did make big improvements or you did, good things throughout that time. And just because maybe you didn't get that win, and it's kind of the same way in life, I think, for kids, need to realize that, it's the journey that you go through things. And so if you're constantly thinking, once I get here, I'll be happy. Once I get here, I'll be successful. And then, and you don't reach that, then you kind of let up. And so we try to have that same philosophy in basketball.
Oh, for sure. Well, moving into this year, how has the team improved or maybe changed since last year?
I think, again, we bring a lot of guys back, so I don't know that there's a lot of change. We definitely are going to get, I think we've gotten stronger. I've just seen that over the first couple of weeks. And not just like lifting weight stronger, but just the way we play and tougher. We're rebounding a lot better, which is something that we're going to have to do. But we just kind of see that toughness a little bit. And I think that comes with experience. And so basically having everybody played last year and got a lot of experience, you're seeing that now.
Exactly, yep.
On the defensive end, we are probably doing something a little bit different, and that's switching screens a lot more. And I think that is a testament to the guys, too, because it's to me, it's harder to switch screens. And so they have to work a little harder, and they got to communicate. And we did that this summer, and we've seen a lot of success with it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, in practice, we're always switching screens a lot this year, and doing it in practice is definitely going to help us. I feel like our team's just definitely, getting more used to it. And like I said, we're doing it in practice a lot, which is going to translate to games.
Yeah, and it's not an easy thing. One thing that we'll probably start to see in some games is getting some mismatches. That's going to be the hard part about it. Guarding people that maybe you wouldn't put them on it because they're bigger or faster or whatever. But I think we're understanding the concept, and that you can maybe guard somebody that might be a little bit faster than you by creating pressure, and then the other guys are also there to help out, so
Oh yeah,
it,
for sure.
it's a man to man, but it's
Yeah.
really like a team thing, just like most people would say.
Mm-hmm. Well, as far as like I just said, compared to last year, maybe what systems or styles of offense, how are you changing up this year or keeping it pretty much the same?
Yeah, I mean, we're not really changing a whole lot as far as our offenses go. We basically run kind of some people would say a motion offense. It's kind of a
Mm-hmm.
mixture between a motion screen away offense and a dribble drive attack. And we ran that last year, and it's kind of our first year. So
Yeah.
I feel like it was successful for us, or our scoring ability was pretty high. And I think some of that was because of the offense, and then, we pushed the ball, and our transition game was really
Mm-hmm.
good. And so as coaches, we kind of felt like that's something that we don't really need to change. And so we'll continue to get better at that. One thing we might do is set some more ball screens. We started to do that towards the end of the year a little bit, but I do think
Yeah.
that's something we're probably going to add and do a lot more. So I don't know. Offensively, I'm not really going to see, I think, a lot of changes to what we're doing. We just want to improve on it.
Yeah, and I feel like, with the guys, the same guys we had from last year pretty much, that we do a really good job on our offensive in the motion kind of action with the guys we have. I mean, it's not a set play exactly.
Yeah,
You just go off of it and, whatever happens, make the read. I
yeah.
feel like our guys that we have this year, did it last year and
Almost all your guys have to be that way. I mean, if we're doing a 4-out 1-in, maybe your post player doesn't have to be able to play at that manner, but we do a 5-out, and
hmm
it's sometimes it's hard to find, not only 4 or 5 guys, but then your subs that come in that can play at that kind of pace and with that ability.
oh yeah.
And we do have that. You guys do a great job of reading, and not saying that we're perfect when we do it, but I guess really the basic thing is that you guys know how to play, and you're not
Yeah.
robotic. And there's nothing wrong with robotic offenses. We've done that in the past, and we did that a couple years ago and won a district running that
hmm
kind of offense because that was the style of kids we have. And
Oh
so
yeah.
we try to adapt to that, and I think you guys are doing a great job of that.
Yeah, that definitely helps, knowing what kind of players you have that year. That definitely helps leading on to the offense and what you're trying to go for that year.
Yeah, it makes it tough in high school because you kind of, you get what you get, as far as your kids come. Colleges can kind of
hmm
run that same style most of the time because they can recruit to the style that they want to play. So if you're a person who likes bigs and setting a lot of big screens and things like that and post up high low action, they recruit to that style
Yeah.
like Kansas does, or you got guys like in Alabama who are the dribble drive attack, and so
hmm
they recruit to that. So
Yeah.
in the high school level, it does make it a little harder. You kind of, you get the players you got,
Oh,
and so
for
you
sure.
kind of have to change a little bit.
Yeah. Well, looking at seasons, different seasons, what do you what would you call a successful season?
I kind of think that goes back to question number one. Obviously, we set goals, and you want to win more games than you lose.
hmm
If you're looking at win-loss record, that's a big one. We kind of set a goal of trying to get to 20 wins. That's something that I haven't
Yeah.
done as a coach. Who have been at 19 a few times and 18, but I think the record at St. Gen is 20 wins, and so we kind of in the back of our mind set that goal. Again, not
Yeah.
getting there doesn't mean we don't have success. Winning a tournament, winning a district, things like that, I think
hmm
on paper would show success. But at the end of the day, at the end of the year, we hope that a success means that guys have worked hard, improved on their game, enjoyed what being on the basketball team and part of the program. It's not easy.
Yeah.
So when I say enjoy, it's not like they show up every day and have fun, but
hmm
enjoyed building relationships, and again at the end of the year, that's kind of what we're looking for as coaches.
For sure. And that definitely brings back the topic of like, in practice, I was saying you don't preach winning every game. You don't always talk about winning. It's always compete, that day, whatever day it is, that practice, just compete, get better that day, and go from there. The wins will come.
Yeah, yeah, and exactly. And some coaches may think that that's maybe not the right philosophy to have, that
hmm
but I think for us and high school kids, and so, a lot of you guys, this is the only time you'll play basketball. You're not, going to play in college. Your goal
Hmm.
isn't, working to make millions in the NBA. Some guys, they enjoy other sports more, and so it's maybe their second or third sport, and
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that either. And so, those goals to me of just improving and building those relationships is what's matter and what you're going to remember. I can't tell you our record from high school. I could tell you some key games that I remember
Yeah.
and things that happened with friends during practice. But to really tell you our records and things like that really isn't what sticks in your mind.
Oh, for sure. Looking forward to this year, what are some key games or rivalries you're looking forward to the most?
Yeah, there's actually a lot, and for different reasons. I really like our DeSoto tournament at the beginning of the year because the competition is really good.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to play teams,
Yep.
have a chance to maybe play Sykeston and Cape Central and Fort Zumwalt West.
Hmm.
Fox, who is a really big school, maybe hasn't been the greatest lately, but I know that they bring everybody back and Class 5, I would believe, or maybe even Class 6. So I really like that, and we've been competitive. We've never won it.
Hmm.
And that's
Yeah.
DeSoto's kind of or is where I went to high school. And so to me, it would be nice. That's kind of something I'm looking forward to. And I think we have a team that might surprise some people in there if we're able to play well and beat some of these, better teams and well-known teams like a Sykeston or a Cape. Mentioned DeSoto, that's always a big game for me from being there. And,
Yeah.
I always have a lot of family and friends that kind of watch that and friends that have kids that are on the team. And
Hmm.
so that one kind of means something to me. I know the Valley game obviously is a big
Yeah.
rivalry game for you guys,
Oh, for
the
sure. Yeah.
crosstown rivals. And then I think Hayti is another one. This is the first year we're going to play them. I think they're going to be really, really good. They're a smaller, I think, Class 2 school, but
Hmm.
I think they're going to be one of those top state teams in Class 2. And so I'm kind of excited to see that game. And then
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you would have to include, your conference games are always important.
For sure, yeah. And stating back to the Soto tournament earlier the year, that's definitely a big one. If we do good in it, that's definitely going to make a statement at the beginning of the year, and you definitely want that moving forward. And it's your first pretty much games of the season,
Yeah,
so
I think it gives you confidence,
oh, for sure.
if you can knock off one of those teams, and I think that's even if we've lost, we've played Sykeston, who's
Hmm.
usually a top 10 team in the state in class 5. We've played close to them, and I
Yeah.
think that gives us some confidence knowing that we can play with a lot of teams. And then there's tournaments that you coming up, our Christmas tournament. Getting wins against good teams like that is
Oh, for
something that
sure. Yeah.
kind of maybe helps you when it comes to seeding those tournaments also.
Yeah. Getting into a bit of, I guess, your coaching background. What got you into coaching basketball?
That's kind of a funny, I don't know if it's funny, but a different story. I was a college football player, and when I was in college, I didn't think much. I wanted to be a teacher. That's what I was going to school for. I figured I would coach, but kind of figured I would coach football,
Hmm.
since that's kind of what I was better at. I played high school basketball, and Mark Gibson, Coach Gibson, who was the basketball coach here. I grew up. He was from DeSoto. He was kind of like a father figure to me. Was teaching down here, and he, was coaching basketball. He said, "Hey, how would you like to come down and help?" I was able to do my student teaching in the second grade here,
Hmm.
and so that year when I was doing my student teaching the second semester, I just kind of helped out for just for fun, and then I got a job here. It was kind of a good
Yeah.
end. And so when I got a job here the next year, I was an assistant for Coach Gibson. I also kind of got into football coaching. We coached middle school football together. And then after I think 1 year, maybe two, I can't remember, Gibson decided he kind of wanted to give that up, and I just kind of fell into place. So I didn't have a lot of experience as far as being a head coach or really
Mm.
coaching in general a year.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of opened up and I took it. And, I still didn't think that this would be like something I would do
Yeah. A
for 30
huge part of your
years
life. Yeah.
for basketball because I, again, was still doing football and thought maybe I would move up through the ranks there or something. And honestly, never thought about being a head coach. When I thought about coaching football, I thought, I would be an assistant and work with running backs and things like that because that's what I did. And then I
Hmm.
kind of fell in love with it, you know. Not that I still don't like football. I do. I watch it all the time, but basketball, for some reason, the coaching aspect just seemed a little bit more exciting for me, and
Yeah.
I love coaching in practice, especially. And so that's kind of how I got my start, and that's been about 20 years ago. So
Wow. Big football guy. I didn't know you're that big of a football guy.
yeah, I mean, like I said, and it was my number one sport, high school. Went to college. It was what I was best at, just because of probably not that I was a bad basketball player. I
Yeah.
was pretty good at that too, but just my skill level and my attributes really went to football. So
Hmm.
yeah, that was a fun playing college football for 4 years. It was a small Division III school, but still got to go on road
Oh
trips
yeah.
and played in Minnesota and Oklahoma and Illinois and or South Dakota. So got to travel and,
Oh
and,
yeah.
and really
That's
make some strong relationships with those guys. We were actually pretty good. Won two conference championships too my junior and
really
senior year, and
wow.
got to play in the Minnesota Vikings dome. Back then, the Vikings had their dome, and that's
Dang.
where our conference championship was. So yeah, that was a big part, and I kind of figured that's what I would continue to do. But I guess life just had something different for me.
Yeah. Well, I think, playing football and basketball, and you said you were a football coach for a while, that definitely helps being a basketball coach. You maybe see some different drills, some different things to help athletes get better, not just at basketball, but being a better athlete in general. Some things a lot of football coaches do to help athletes get better at being an athlete, and
Yeah,
that definitely helps.
yeah. There's a lot of overlap in every sport. I mean, obviously there's a lot of difference too, whether it's hand-eye coordination or just toughness and your foot movement and things like that. And so, I did learn a lot about that type of thing going through,
Hmm.
football. And I definitely pull that into basketball. I mean, when I became a basketball coach, I was always a defensive guy anyways in basketball. So when I first started, that was kind of what I knew best and
Yeah.
what we focused on. And I felt like our teams were really good, and we were strong and we knew how to rebound, and things like that. And, but my offense wasn't, I don't think my offensive coaching was very good. And so that's something I've had to learn a lot. But, I try to preach to kids all the time about, playing multiple sports
Hmm.
because it does help you. I have no doubt in my mind that as a football player and going to college, that basketball, the agility and the footwork, carried over into the football field. That was one of my strengths, my agility. I wasn't super fast.
Yeah.
I was a running back that ran the ball hard and a
Hmm.
lot. Never could break an 80-yard touchdown because I didn't have that breakaway speed,
Yeah.
but I was shifty and tough. And I think that kind of came from probably being a basketball player. It,
Oh,
it
for sure.
definitely
Yeah.
helped. And I think vice versa. Not that I have guys that aren't tough basketball players, but usually those football guys that play basketball, they just come in and they have a little bit of that toughness,
Oh
the
yeah.
contact.
Yeah.
They're used to that kind of physicality.
Hmm.
And so I think it just helps all around to be a well-rounded athlete.
Oh yeah, for sure. It definitely helps playing football or any other sport leading into basketball. As far as coaching style, how do you think your coaching style has changed, throughout the years?
Yeah, I guess style is a question or what I'm not sure what you might be looking for there, but I think if I had a more of a philosophy than a style, I guess it is something I'll steal from Coach Robinson, who constantly talks about a blue collar worker,
Hmm.
and that's kind of guy he is. And I think that, and I'm kind of the same way. Is we just want to outwork people.
Oh yeah.
It was funny or kind of nice. We got to go up and see Michigan State practice this
Hmm.
this year, and Tom Izzo, and I think we have those same philosophies. He's big on defense and rebounding and playing tough, and I think that's kind of the style and the kind of philosophy that we have here. Especially. Because it is a football school,
Oh yeah.
and you have those type of players. When I first started, that's kind of especially the way we played, and there was a
Hmm.
lot of referees that I don't know if they would admit it, but I've heard other people say that that's how we played on the basketball court. And then a lot of times they called it that way.
Yeah.
We would be in a lot of foul trouble because they just said we were too physical and too tough the way we played.
Yeah.
We've gotten better at that. I'm not saying we weren't, that physical, but I think that's just the style that we like as coaches, because it's what you can control. The offensive stuff, obviously you can work on that. I really tell, our guys a lot of times, when basketball season starts, if you're not working on your shot, you can improve a little bit, but if you're going to be a great shooter, you got to do that outside of the season. And so what we can control is how hard we work and how tough we are and how good our defense is.
For sure, yeah. That definitely, with the time you have in practice, you can't devote it all to just skill development. You definitely got to work team-wise, team-based things to help the team get better, chemistry, just overall team play.
Yeah,
and like
definitely.
you were just talking about, if you want to be good, you got to, outside of practice, get those skill work in and, shoot.
Yeah, dribbling, shooting, those two things basically are things that you can do on your own too, and that's a great thing about basketball. If you have a ball, in a basket, you can work on those things by yourself. And like you mentioned, in practice, there's just not enough time. I mean,
Yeah.
unless we would practice for 3.5 hours a day, there's not enough time to get all those things in. I think, we do a pretty good job of moving practice along fast and trying to get as much different things in, but to me, it just again comes back to how hard are you going to work in your fundamentals,
Yeah.
and how tough you're going to be when it comes to game time.
All right, I got one last question for you. If you could coach any NBA player in history, who would it be and why?
Yeah, well, it's tough. I mean, there's a lot of good players, and I know somebody made a comment yesterday or the day before in practice that I was a '90s guy.
That was me.
And so I guess I would probably go back to some of those guys, and then there was a lot of good ones, and I'm not picking this guy because I think he is probably the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. But the one reason why I would pick him, and I'm sure there's plenty of other guys, Larry Bird comes to mind, Tim Duncan, guys like that. But, Michael Jordan, I think if most people would realize, that separates him from everybody else is how hard he did work and practice. I mean, and of course I wasn't there, but from what you read and what you see in the documentary and things, that how hard he pushed himself and others, to me, that's a guy I want to coach.
For sure,
And so, because when you got a guy like that, whether he is the best player on the team, or the 10th guy that comes off the bench that plays, when you have guys like that have that drive, to me, those are fun guys to coach, because no matter what, they're gonna do what you say and get after it, push each other, and they're not gonna take things for granted.
Yeah.
And so to me, those are the fun guys to have around. And so again, I'm sure there's a lot more guys that have that kind of attribute. But being from the '90s and seeing that, I guess that would be who I would choose.
And like you said, he's a hard worker and definitely takes a lot of pride in how hard he works and, all the things he does during practice to prepare for the games. That would definitely suit, like we were just talking about, your coaching style, the blue collar.
Yeah.
That I knew you were going to pick him, but that definitely translates to, your coaching.
And again, not because he's the probably the greatest player, because it's hard to decide that with different eras and things, because like I said, there's a lot of good players out there, and people who have won more. I mean, Bill Russell, and so depending on what statistics you want to look at, who's the best player, but that kind of drive is what I enjoy, and out of players. So I think he would be the one.
All right, well. You heard it from Coleman. Thank you for coming in today, spending a little time talking, about expectations and what we have in store for this season.
I appreciate you having me.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoyed it.
Best of luck this season. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's a wrap for this week's podcast. Thank you for listening and tuning in. If you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to go check out our one-stop shop website for future sporting events, rosters, blogs, sponsors, and live broadcasts. To get there, just look up SGHSSportsstream.com.
All right. Welcome to tonight's action tonight. As St. Genevieve hosts their first season opener for basketball here in gymnasium here at St. Genevieve. St. Genevieve comes in at 2-1 right now. They played 3 games on the season. The early game against DeSoto, they ended up winning. Then they went to Sykeston and lost that one, and then had a hard-fought victory last week against Fort Zumwalt to get their record to 2-1 right now. They are hosting tonight the Saxony-Lutheran Crusaders. The Crusaders are 1-1 right now. They went and they played Park Hills, and they ended up beating them 79-54, and then took it on the chin to Festus to currently be 1-1. So this will be their 3rd game tonight. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, though. If you look at the points per game right now, St. Gen's averaging 63.7 points per game to the Crusaders' 61 points, and they're allowing 63.3 points, while the Crusaders are allowing 65.5. So both teams are pretty evenly matched and should make a really good combination game tonight with watching. The overall matchup for the history between these two teams is 10-9. St. Gen has the 1 game up on them, so as you can tell, every time they come at each other, it's a pretty close game. Tonight with me, as always, is my partner in crime, Kyler Plunk. Kyler, how you doing, buddy?
Good. It's been a long time since we broadcast. It's good to be back. Excited for the first home game for the boys tonight. As they were busy earlier in the season with the tournament at DeSoto and did a good job. And I'm sure they're going to come out tonight with the intensity that they always have, and it'll be a good matchup against the Crusaders.
Yeah, and a pretty big week here for St. Gen. After they play this game, then they will play another home game coming up here on Friday night against our crosstown rival, Valley Catholic. And that should be a good game as always, which we'll be broadcasting for you guys at home in case you can't make it. But on the whole, so far, St. Gen off to a pretty positive start. It seems like they got a lot of hustle. They're not much on height, but they're going to have to work the perimeter, fast breaks,
Push the pace.
absolutely, and they're going to have to be strong on the free throw line, especially if they can draw some fouls against the Crusaders. Crusaders don't seem to be much of a team with height either, so it's going to make it an interesting game when they match up pretty well together.
The girls basketball team gets their 2nd win of the season with a victory over Grandview, the score of 58-23.
Outstanding. So that's their 2nd win.
Yep.
Which kudos to them. And for those of you who don't know much about the girls St. Gen basketball team right now, it's basically you've got a JV team playing a varsity schedule. I think they only have, 10 girls on the team right now, and it's just a host of sophomores and freshmen, not one senior or junior.
Yep.
As they lost, I believe, was it 2 or 3 seniors last year, and they didn't have any juniors on the team. So
it was a couple. I remember a few quitting before the season had ended last year.
That is
I'm not sure how many
I think
actually stuck it
3
through.
finished.
Yeah.
3 finished at the end of the year, but they fought through it. So this group is a very young group. We don't expect them to win state for us or anything like that, but in the next couple of years they might be pretty solid.
Yeah.
They stick with him. Well, we'll be back in a moment after the Star Spangled Banner. So that brings us back to tonight's game here as we introduce players starting for both teams here. The St. Genevieve Dragons, the Saxony-Lutheran Crusaders. So for the Saxony-Lutheran Crusaders tonight, they will be starting out Nashawn Davis, number 1, who's a senior, followed by Braden Zollner, number 2, a senior also. Number 14, Bryce Gabler, a junior. And number 23, Zach Roth, a sophomore. And finally up with James Hope, number 34, a junior. And those will be the starting lineup tonight for the school here as we move into the next round of starters for St. Genevieve Dragons. And we're going to go with number 3, Jeffrey Hunter, senior guard. Number 4, Maddox Sutton, a junior guard. Number 10, Dominic Johnson, sophomore guard. And number 11, Alex Bosler, a senior guard. And finalize number 30, Eli Bennett, a senior guard. So St. Gen has predominantly senior group of guys going out on the court tonight, so they got a little experience coming into the game.
Absolutely, and I mean these 3 senior players that they have on this team have been, playing at this varsity level for almost 4 years now. So very exciting and high expectations.
Oh, absolutely. They work well together. They communicate. They know exactly kind of where they need to be and what they're doing. They talk a lot, and it'll be interesting to see how they play it out tonight, and really on the season as we progress and we get into later in and around February. We'll see how they play out.
Right.
And jump ball is going to go way out of bounds. Maybe no. Nice save there by the Crusaders as they're going to take the ball first and bring it down. That's number 14, Bryce Gabler, the point guard. And it looks like Crusaders are working it around as St. Gen working a man-to-man defense here. Playing aggressive right off the bat.
Yeah, they are.
And they may switch it up a little bit later. We've seen them kind of go up to a matchup defense once in a while, and that's going to be a foul right there. It looks like it's going to be on number 30.
Yeah.
So Bennett having like a blocking foul there. Bennett normally pretty good on keeping his fouls in check. And they got him another.
Got to get it in here, and they do.
Dom making him go down baseline. They double up on him. And Dominic on the ground. He's got the ball. Let's see if it's going to be a jump ball here, and it is. Nice job by Dominic. As Johnson able to kind of cat-paw the ball away and get a turnover. And that's going to go in St. Gen's favor as they inbound to Alex Bosler, who's going to bring it down here. Pass was brought in by Jeffrey Hunter.
Oh. Little flare screen for Stomberg. It hits the mid-range one.
Nice hit by Stomberg. And it looks like St. Gen breaks the ice with it getting on the board first.
And good denying by the Dragons there, but back cut.
Trying to work it inside. Ball's going to stay here. Inbound defense here as the Crusaders try to find some opening here.
And the Dragons continue to stay strong here on defense. The Crusaders not really getting anything that they like too much, trying to just work it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've got a matched defense here. So they pulled out of the man-to-man.
Now get into a little pick and roll.
Bosler on him. See how he does here. Got to watch the hands, though. And he hits it out of bounds. So the ball stay here.
Yeah, and like you said, it's exciting to see, the Crusaders not having much height neither on their team. It's really just going to come down to the guard play here, and I like our favor in the guard play a lot more.
Yeah, well, and you can see right now Saxony already has called an offense to spread it out, and that's why the defense is changed up here out of the man-to-man. They don't want to get caught too far apart, so they can keep it tight inside. And nice drive and take.
Zach Roth there, sophomore.
St. Gen wasting no time pushing the ball.
And Parker comes off a curl.
Going to give it to Dom. Dom, little razzle-dazzle. And he gets caught inside. He could shoot. He throws it away. All he had to do was turn and look inside.
Yeah.
Dom being the youngest one out there, sophomore, but by far their best ball handler and arguably maybe one of their best defensive players.
Absolutely, he is. He's incredible.
Like a little bee, just keeps buzzing around all over you, and he annoys
he's
you.
going to be there all night.
See how they're
picking
pushing
up
off
full
on him.
court.
Doing a good job on that side there as Hunter looks inside.
Good fake there.
Yeah.
Bryce Gabler.
Looks like a little half press here.
Crusaders
brings
getting
it over.
into their offense a little bit easier now.
Looks like they're rolling.
Bennett thought about the three.
So they got a match
Back
up.
cut to Parker.
Nice job on the back door there. St. Gen picking up at half court. Not giving anything easy here. So Crusaders still spreading it out wide. And that's going to go in their favor. And that shot there by number 34.
James Hope.
Man, he's drained that one. So one-on-one here is a full court man-to-man, it looks like. Dom brings it up. Easy enough, gives it to Hunter. Hunter looks like he walks.
Controlled drive there.
Yeah, very controlled, but not enough to go in.
Crusaders coming the other way.
So now they're getting methodical.
Yeah, getting into some action
nice and easy here. Nice defense by Bosler, but I think he's going to get him riding him there with the body, and that's going to be a foul on St. Gen on number 11, Alex Bosler.
And Kreitler will come in for Bosler for the Dragons.
Let's get on defense there for Kreitler. And nice push off there. At some point, they're going to have to call that.
Yeah, it's numerous times now.
Yeah, they're letting them play a little aggressive, but the full push off gives you an opportunity to shoot. Kind of like what he's doing right now with his hand. He's got him hooked.
Hooking him, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be on Stomberg. So they get Stomberg on the back end there. Of course, you know he's hooking him with the arm, but so it's going to be two shots there for Saxony as they miss the first one. Gabler will attempt his second shot here as St. Gen trails 4-7 right now. St. Gen haven't been able to get much on offense, really.
Yeah. Doing a good job on defense, though, just working them and making the shots that they're getting, hard shots. And
that's going to be over the back there on
Davis.
Nice job there by Dom.
Yeah, just blocking them out.
Yeah.
Bosler will come in for Johnson, give him a little rest here. About halfway through the first quarter of play.
And that was a foul on Deshaun Davis, his first, and the first for the Crusaders.
And Jeffrey will bring it up for the Dragons.
Bennett takes a train, and that'll be a turnover for St. Gen. And they just haven't been able to get anything going here on offense. They just keep turning it over. Either bad pass, knock the ball out, or just not a very good shot.
Yeah.
So Crusaders spread it out again here. The old drive there, and that looked like a walk. Nice steal by Bennett. He's going to give it to Bosler. He's going to try and take it all the way. Nice move inside, and he finishes strong.
With his left hand.
Yeah, great job there. St. Gen.
The Crusaders looking to respond now.
Bosler, good defense there on him. Kreitler out on the big man on 23, Roth. And timeout by the coach for Saxony-Lutheran. And they're going to take a break, and so are we. We'll be back in a moment. All right, so I believe that was the first time out taken tonight by Saxony-Lutheran first half here, so they've taken one of their 5.
And Dragons with early 2 turnovers. Thankfully, the turnovers didn't result in any fast break points. If you turn the ball over, I mean, that's, I guess, the best turnover you can get.
Right. So Saxony looking to get the ball in here. They're struggling a little bit. Yeah, they're going to find it.
They do.
So get the ball to number 14, Gabler. Gabler kicks it out to number 2, Braden Zollner. Zollner swings it around to 34, Hope, and back to Gabler, who hits a tray. And St. Gen gets it in quick. Bennett down court, looking to feed it inside. They're going to give it back to Stomberg, and that's going to be, I don't know, either a foul on Stomberg or no, it's going to be on 34. So James Hope with the foul, and that'll be his first.
I think he just gave Hunter a little push there when he tried to catch the ball.
So Sutton in, as well as looks like Dom, as they switch in.
For Bennett and Stomberg. Dom will bring the ball up.
Dom drives a hole,
the defense.
kicks
Nice
it out to
find
Hunter.
Jeff.
Yes, and a good putback. Oh, he just missed it again. My goodness.
Jeff filling up the stat sheet here.
No kidding. So he'll go to the line after getting fouled. St. Gen trailing 6-10. Both teams have 3 fouls on even side. That foul there was committed by number 23, Zach Roth. That'll be his first. So it seems like fouls all around for everybody so far.
Yeah, nice job by Johnson, though, creating that dump down pass for Jeffrey. He unfortunately misses the first free throw.
I hope that's not going to be a theme for tonight for both teams, it seems like. Boy, and he banks that one bad. And Crusaders come up with it.
The Dragons putting some pressure on them at the half court.
That's a nice side corner there, but looks like
they get it into the low post. Oh, a little short there on the baby hook.
Hunter pushes the ball, gives it to Dom. Dom's going to keep coming.
Johnson running the floor, takes it all the way to the rack, won't go.
Nice
Tipped
tip out.
By Kreitler.
Yeah.
Yes, it was, and Kreitler thought about the tray, and he will take it. Misses, and Bosler with a nice tip out rebound.
Nice.
Jeffrey.
Teamwork there on that.
Good effort by the Dragons on that possession, keeping it alive.
They're trying to work them corners, but they're not giving them anything easy right now. Both teams pretty evenly matched, it seems like.
Yeah.
Kick it back out to 34, Roth.
He's made one already, and he'll make 2.
Or Hope. So James Hope, he drains
Last
another one.
From either side of the corner now. Dragons down by 4.
Oh, nice inside pass.
To Sutton.
Man, Sutton hit that good and fast. I mean, it was really good bang, bang play there.
Yes, it was.
So it looks like St. Gen's going to press the issue here. They're going to try and get a kind of a trap on as they're trying to look for their diagonals. Going down baseline.
The Crusaders working around the whole perimeter now.
And Hope's wide open again on the corner.
Pass to Hope. He's offline this time.
One.
Sutton with a strong rebound, but he's got 2 Crusaders corralling him.
And looks like 2-3 is going to get the foul on that one. That'll be Zach Roth, and that's his second, and that'll be it for him for at least maybe the rest of this first quarter. As the Crusaders have some subs. It looks like Simon May, number 15, and number 4, Eli Radman.
And 50, Baylor Wilson. And Stomberg comes back in for Bosler, and Simon French, the junior, coming in.
Rich kind of the tall and lanky kid, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's gotten a little taller since last year, I think. So Dom, nice and easy, bringing it down. He kicks it out to
Kreitler. Tries his second tray, and it's offline.
There's Simon with the rebound. Simon another rebound.
Dragons active on the offensive glass. That's a good sign.
So
not very often that they'll have that opportunity in very many games. So
no, I agree. So Simon May fouls. Simon Fritsch. And Fritsch misses the first one. And I don't think we've hit a free throw yet. This will be our 4th attempt.
Yep.
So let's see, we're 0 for 3. And that'll go. So 1 for 4. That's all you need, just sink a little bit, feel the magic.
Yep.
So they're working their way down the court a little bit here. Oh, and they may have thrown that out of bounds. Good defense there, just getting the foul there. I love the basketball pants look by the rowdy crowd here.
Yeah.
Looks like we got
30 seconds here to go.
See Adam Sandler's Waterboy jersey out there. Bennett looking to find something inside, kicks it back out to Dom with 14 seconds left. Kreitler's going to push the issue, and he fumbles it away. It's going to be a fast break, and he throws it back, and that's going to be back and forth.
Yeah.
And 6 seconds, that gives St. Gen plenty of time to try and get another shot on goal here.
That'll be the third turnover for the Dragons in this opening period.
Yeah, and it seems like their turnovers are just right in the court, like when they drive. I don't know what the deal is. It's just they get kind of flubbed up or something. So Bennett will take it out here as Dragons set up a inbound play. They kick it out to Johnson, who's going to drive real quick.
He's
going to
Johnson takes it all the way to the rack. Wild layup won't go. Parker puts it up with a second to go.
Not enough there.
It's offline.
And St. Gen will trail at the end of the first quarter, 11-13. They have 3 fouls to Saxony's 5 fouls, and we'll be back in a moment. All right, we're back here for the start of the second quarter. The first one went pretty fast, I think.
Yes, it did. Dragons coming back out with their starters to open up the second period here.
And looks like Crusaders will bring it down the court. Dom playing defense. And they're going to swing it around here. Nice play and take there, Dom, by number 2, Braden Zollner, the senior. Bosler brings it in real quick after they dump off from Hunter. Bennett picks the ball up and in a little trouble here.
Trying to get Jeff at the high post. Turns around, shot. Won't go.
Bosler, nice box out. He comes down with it, puts it back up, gets fouled, and it doesn't go. He'll go to the line for 2. Nice job by Bosler to keep that going.
Yeah. We've seen that a few times tonight. Bosler usually a pretty good free throw shooter here.
Yeah, he's one of the better ones for St. Gen. And looks like it's just, dude, you're just absolutely jinxing him right now. So St. Gen 1 for 5 on free throws, and I'm sure Rob Coleman won't be happy with that stat when they go in at half. 5 points. Yeah, he hits the second one. There we go. All right, so they talk it out. They figure out who has who here. And Bosler on number 1, Deshaun Davis, has the ball right now. He tries to send it inside to 34, Hope. Hope hitting a couple trays for the Crusaders tonight.
Yeah.
It's been pretty hot. And Braden Zollner thought about it, pulled it back up, and they give it to Hope. Hope takes a baseline, kicks it out. Nice job.
Nice pump fake.
And nice job by number 50, Baylor Wilson. the senior.
Good job being patient there.
Yeah. Good head fake. Didn't really leave his feet or anything. It was pretty easy. As soon as he got him up in the air, just come up top, get kicked, and bam. So he'll go for the old-fashioned three-point play here as he scored 2 on that. And he'll have 1 on the line. 6:58 left to play here in the second quarter. He bangs it off.
Offline.
Bosler comes down with it.
Out of the pack. Kicks it to Bennett in the corner for Trey. Good offensive rebound by Sutton. Kicks it out to Johnson. His tray is good.
Nice job by Johnson up at the top. And they needed that as St. Gen trails 15-17. They kick it back over there to Wilson.
The Dragons trying to pick up the defensivity.
Hope with the ball now.
Intensity here.
Dangerous shooter.
Hand off to Davis. Drives middle.
Oh, almost loses it.
Corralled.
Yeah, nice job there by Wilson, who just gives a blazing path to number 15, Simon May, for the easy layup. Bennett all alone. Nobody home. And there's a little mix-up there, and that's going to be, looks like an offensive foul or defensive foul there. Oh, and he got a technical for his mouth as number 50, Baylor Wilson, didn't like what the call was and made a comment to the referee. That's going to be a technical foul. And the coach wants to figure out what was said and why it was said and what the call was. As him and the referee are addressing it.
Like Bennett will shoot the technical.
Okay.
It'll be good to see. Actually, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, you think you're going to ruin it for him.
Oh, I didn't know it was 2 shots. I thought technicals were just 1 shot.
No, they're 2. Every time. Oh, and no joy there for St. Gen, who could have used those. But St. Gen will get the ball here out of bounds. And number 50, Baylor Wilson, draws 2 fouls right off the bat. He is taken out of the game here. And
would have been nice to see one of those go in for Bennett, though. He doesn't have a field goal tonight.
I know. Nice job there.
And Sutton had him sealed. He could have went straight to the basket.
Shot anyway. Misses. Nice rebound by Davis, who's going to push the floor.
He draws it back out.
Almost steal there by Sutton. Hope trying to dig on the inside. Nice backside help there by Johnson. And Saxony pulls it out.
Saxony taking their time now.
But they got Hope and May on the corners. Kicking it back out. Davis drives. Nice kick there to Zollner. And good rebound by Hope. He's going to go back up hard.
Good defense by Jeffrey.
Hunter comes down with a rebound.
He slows it down and gives it to Bennett.
Bennett kicks it to Bosler for Trey. Nothing there.
Long rebound, Davis. A one-on-one fast break here.
Ooh. And there's no doubt about it. He hit the ball, but when your body's in the air, that's what it is. And so he's going to get a kind of a blocking foul with the body. And that's going to be Johnson's first foul tonight. It'll be the Dragons' second foul of this quarter as Davis goes to the line for 2. And looks like it's the first half of free throws that wouldn't go in for both teams as they struggle.
For both teams, yes, it is. And Kreitler comes in for Hunter.
So Kreitler enters the game here as Davis goes to shoot his second shot here. And he sinks that one as Bosler takes the ball out. Back to Johnson, and Bosler's going to take it. Davis on him.
Bosler drives right past Davis, the length of the floor, and nice floater offline. The Dragons once again tip it out.
Oh. And I can't see that one. It's going to stay there. So great effort there by Zollner to get the ball in, but unfortunately, or not Zollner, but Gabler. But when he threw it out, he didn't hit anybody. So St. Gen's going to maintain. Bosler trying to take it in. Nice job there.
Kreitler.
And Kreitler slips the back door as Bosler sees him and feeds him. And St. Gen trailing 17-20 as they have only led once at the game. That was the first shot of the game for them.
Bennett, good defense here.
Nice job there. Bennett with the steal. He's got a choice to kick it. He gives it to Bosler. Bosler takes the foul. That's going to be a blocking foul by Gabler, and Bosler will go up for 2 here. So great job going in hard by Bosler.
A good pass by Bennett.
And you can tell this is a team that's got a lot of older kids on it that are played together, because even it doesn't seem to matter what the score is. They play within each other. You know, nobody's getting angry, nobody's getting frustrated or worried or anything, and they just keep going. And that's a sign of maturity for a group. Bosler misses the first one and hits the second one after a little spin around off the rim. And
Johnson
St.Gen trails by 2.
Early here, full court.
Oh, and timeout there by the coach. That'll be their second timeout, I believe. And that's a 30-second timeout, and we'll take a timeout. We'll be back in a moment. After the timeout here, second one taken by the Crusaders, as they will take the ball out here with 4 minutes and 28 seconds to play in the first half. St. Gen trails 18-20, and it's been the kind of game we thought it would be, back and forth.
Yeah. Dragons just behind by 2 points here, 18-20. Halfway through the second period now.
Gabler brings the ball down for the Crusaders.
Johnson with active hands there.
Oh,
Gabler's going to foul him right away.
And that is the 5th foul for the Crusaders this quarter. And
Johnson
that'll
will be shooting free throws.
Gabler's 2nd foul. So both teams playing aggressive tonight, especially on defense. Johnson will go to the line here. And he's off to the right on the first one. Early signs of a new season, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he hits the second and cuts the lead by 1. As Zollner brings it down, and that's going to be body on Kreitler as he rides him down the court.
Yeah. Not able to do that.
And that'll be Kreitler's first foul of the night.
Yeah, free throws will for surely be emphasized at halftime, I'm sure.
Oh, you bet. Right now, it could be a huge difference in the game. So, Hope looking on the outside for a tray and nails it.
So Hope is 3 for 3.
Roth drives him inside, and he kicks it back out to Hope.
Yeah, and Bennett kind of just giving up on the drive there after his man got past him.
Yeah. Nice.
Kreitler takes it all the way, gets
hit
blocked.
hard, nowhere to go.
Crusaders one-on-one fast break. Johnson, the only one back. Just not big enough, unfortunately.
No, and the old elbow pushback didn't help either.
Yeah. Crusaders with a 6-point lead.
Johnson's got to learn how to fake that. And Bosler, or I shouldn't say fake it, sell it. That's the real word, because it did happen.
Yeah.
There was no fake to it. So we got a couple of,
or maybe even every once in a while when they go in for that contact, just lean away.
Right.
And they'll be out of control, and that's almost better than just letting them shoot it right under the hoop.
Stomberg and Hunter in, and Hunter gets the ball and walks right away with a double jump. And that'll be a turnover for St. Gen. Zollner will bring it down for the Crusaders. And you're looking to kick it out here.
He's picked up his dribble now. And good switch by Johnson.
Yeah, Radman having trouble here. Ball's loose. Bosler comes up with it. Nice job.
Good pass to Kreitler.
Kreitler
Thought
can't.
about the
Yeah, he couldn't.
little mid-range.
But Kreitler may go for the tray here on the outside. Just short. Good box out there by number 15, Simon May for Crusaders. Oh,
Good
nice
back
little
tap by Jeff. And
give it to him.
Yep.
And he gives it to him. It should be an easy one right off the net. Right off the board.
Needed that. That's easy points that I think
Yeah.
Coach Coleman's definitely trying to, not having a lot of players, get some easier looks like that through the defense.
Well, and you got to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
As they kick out here to number 15, May.
This
May
tray is
bangs
offline.
one off hard. Hunter going to bring it down.
Good pass to Stomberg.
Little foul by number 15, Simon May. That may be his third. I don't know. No, it's his second, so he's still all right.
Well, Baylor Wilson going to the scores table to sub in for the Crusaders.
And remember, he's got 2 fouls. So Stomberg hits his first one. As players start to settle down a little, and he'll go in for May, or Davis.
And Stomberg 3 of 3 for game so far. And Kreitler yet to see one go through the net.
And he hits both his free throws and cuts the lead to 2. So number 2, Zollner, will bring it down for the Crusaders again as he kicks it over to Hope. And nice pickup there by Dom. Dom gets a steal, passes it up to Bosler. Bosler should hit the roll, and he does. And we got a tie game as Wilson inbounds to Zollner. And another timeout by the Crusaders, taking their third timeout with a minute 55.
Finally, the defense by the Dragons is resulting in some easy points.
Yeah, a little pressure there, and then converting after the fact is a big deal.
Yeah.
Especially with the either team not really in the whole mix when it comes to shooting free throws, and they're not exactly shooting lights out. But I will say the Crusaders have hit a couple trays over here on the right side of the court, from the outside from Hope.
Yeah,
so
he has 3 alone. I'm not sure if anybody else has converted on a three-pointer, but
no, and you don't want to leave him alone because apparently he can hit them. Well, and burning 3 timeouts already in the first half. That's quite a statement.
yeah.
Normally as a coach, maybe 2 at the most because you want a few if this is going to be close. And looking at the score and the back and forth judgment, I mean, St. Gen hasn't burned a timeout yet.
Well, the Crusaders kind of been cold here the last couple possessions on the offensive end. I'm sure their coach wants to talk that through and not let the momentum
And
get away from them here before halftime.
Correct.
Although, yeah, 3 timeouts is a little much.
So St. Gen looking to try and steal the ball again on a court press.
And Hope.
And nice
Dump down.
and easily by Radman. And St. Gen tries to return back as they push the ball here. They kick it out to Bennett. Bennett from the corner for a tray. Short. Oh, and Johnson almost is able to get the inbound, and that's going to be tipped by Bosler, and it wasn't seen.
Yeah, Zollner just a little too much on the pass there, and it's an unfortunate turnover for the Crusaders.
Yeah. Well, and I think St. Gen got away with one there because that ball was tipped by him.
Yeah.
So St. Gen will inbound, trailing by 2. Minute 29 left to play in the first half. Kick out to Johnson. Back to Bosler. Bosler to Johnson. Looking to try and work it around the corner here.
Crusaders send a little double. Bosler dumped down to Jeffrey, trying to go through the contact.
Nothing inside as he was double teamed. And they're still trying to work that corner. Bosler inside. He's going to try it. And Hope blocks in.
Hope running the floor now, looking to get the ball back.
Zollner with the ball, or Radman, I should say, feeds it to Hope.
And Jeffrey.
Oh, and that's a foul from the backside easily enough. Saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
And that'll be 2. Oh, they got him on the, looks like it was on the ground. It wasn't in the air.
Radman there had his back turned to the basket, and Hunter tried to come behind and swipe it, and as soon as he did, he picked it up. And
he also picked
gave
up
it to
his third
Hope.
foul, which is not good.
He'll come out of the game, and Sutton will come in to finish this last 50 seconds off of the half.
Pass to Roth.
Good
Roth
defense
over
by
to
Sutton.
Radman. And
Hope
back to
again
Roth.
from the corner
Wow.
is offline.
Oh, and I think that's off
That's
on
off
Bosler.
Bosler,
Yeah,
yeah.
went off his head. So 38 seconds left to play. Both teams just can't seem to find the rim here. Getting some shots off here for Saxony. They're just not going in at the moment. St. John doing no favors here, not rebounding. Roth goes hole. He gives it to Hope. Hope goes up. Nothing
Offline.
there. Stomberg.
Bosler looking to push, goes all the way, dumped down to Bennett. Kicks it out to Stomberg. Long two.
Oh. And it looks like he was fouled after the shot. I can't tell if that was there or was underneath. But they're going to say number 4, Radman was the person who fouled here.
I think it was on
Or
Sutton,
got
actually.
fouled. Oh. So that was an offensive foul.
Probably a loose ball foul on Sutton. He tends to get pretty aggressive sometimes.
So Sutton gets the foul on this one. And that's Sutton's first foul, though, of the night, but it was going to be on Hope. And it looks like he's going to go to the line here. So it seems like a little 1-2 punch here between Roth and Hope. Roth gets the ball, he tries to kick it to him, or vice versa on the inside when they drive. And Hope will miss his first shot. 15.9 seconds left in the first half.
Well, both teams more evenly matched than I thought, honestly. They both played pretty scrappy defense, patient on the offensive end.
Well, and you also look at the, their stat sheets as far as both teams averaging 60 points, and right now they're looking to average maybe only 50 tonight. And a shot on Bennett missed. 3.8 seconds left, and that ball's going to sail out of bounds, and that's going to end the first half as St. John trails 25-28. Saxony-Lutheran going in with a 3-point lead at the half, and a lot of kind of sloppy play a little bit, a lot of missed free throws, and definitely something to talk about. So we will be back after this as we take a short break for halftime.
We would like to take this time to thank
All right, we're back after the halftime extravaganza here for St. Gen's flag. Is it flag corps? Is that what it's, or is it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's a flag corps. They put on a presentation, played for you. As St. Gen gets the ball to start off the first leg of the journey here in the third quarter. Dom kicking it back out, and it's going to be a turnover.
Crusaders got numbers. Johnson
gets it back. He's going to dish it over to Hunter. Jeffrey takes
tries to get fancy on the layup. Didn't really need to there. And
that's going to be a foul on, looks like Stomberg.
Yeah, swiping down at Hope there a little bit.
So St. Gen strikes first on the foul territory, misses their layup opportunity. And, little trip there on Zollner. as Gabler is going to bring it up here with Johnson on his tail.
Gabler having a little struggle here.
He looks to take it on the backside and
looks like the struggles continue here for the Dragons early in this second half. Crusaders will have opportunity to inbound it under the basket.
Kick it out to Roth here. Roth gives it over to Davis. Davis slings it over to Zollner. Zollner to Gabler. Gabler at the top of the key. Swings it back out over to Roth.
Roth drives baseline and he'll turn it over.
Nice job by Bosler and
pushes it up to Stomberg. Stomberg cross-court pass to Bennett. His tray is online.
And he comes off hot on that one, and Bennett hits the tray on the
maybe the Dragons' first tray of the night.
Zollner brings it back up here. Gonna kick it over, or I should say Gabler kicks it over to Zollner. Zollner with the ball right now. Screen and roll there.
Good defense by
Hope.
Jeffrey gets a hand on it.
Ball's still active as Gabler brings it over, and it may be a steal as the Dragons are all over the place.
Bosler's got numbers, dumped down to Bennett. Little floater off the glass is good.
And that's a quick break there. Nice job here as Gabler brings the ball down. St. Gen put on a little defensive display here as they're acting up. Roth gonna drive.
Roth with the
oh, that may be a charge, and it is.
It is.
And nice job there by Hunter. Stick it in there solid, and Jeffrey taking the hit off of Roth, and Roth is not a small guy.
Yeah, he was determined to go to the rim there. That was a great choice by Hunter. Which, like we said, they have a lot of experience. They know when to pull that move out. Johnson being patient.
Bennett thought about it. He kicks it back into Hunter underneath.
Hunter one dribble.
And he gets that one off of Davis on the backside. As they're going to go ahead and press, and a timeout called by Saxony. That'll be their fourth timeout. As they try to break the rhythm here.
Yeah, Dragons lead now 32-28. Better start now to the second half.
Well, from a strategic point of view, you know, you have to think about, well, all right, I'm the coach. I've called 4 timeouts, and I've got the entire second half still in play. And at some point, St. Gen is going to continue to push. You're not going to be able to pull the ball out and say, all right, timeout, we're going to kind of throw you off. So with the score 32-28, St. Gen going up quickly.
It just feels like only a matter of time now before the momentum just keeps building for the Dragons.
Absolutely. With 5:46 left to play in the third period, St. Gen showing some life here on some quick hitters. Started off by Bennett with a tray off the arc, and then they just bear down and just been all over them. So St. Gen looking to try and continue on here as Saxony-Lutheran coming out of the timeout will inbound here. And we'll see what Coach Coleman's dialed up for Saxony. As it looks like James Hope will take the ball out. St. Gen will contest. And they get the ball into Zollner, or Gabler, I should say.
Bosler working on Gabler, doing a good job keeping him in front.
Kicks it out to Hope. Hope looking to drive here. Oh, and that could be, I don't know, an offensive or defensive, because, man, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's a – He's looked like he was hooking him again.
Yes, he was.
Maybe even got him in the face there a little bit.
So that'll be Hunter's third foul here.
Yeah, looks like Sutton will go to the scores table.
They say he got him on the shot. So Hope will shoot 2. As Bennett playing bird dog down deep here. But I don't think Braden Zollner is fooled on that. And Hunter will be replaced there by Sutton. Maddox goes down low. Hope hits his first and hits his second. Bosler will inbound to Dom. Dom gives it back to Bosler. Bosler wasting no time, driving hard.
Bosler's
kicks it out to Bennett.
In the corner.
Dom goes for the tray. And no
Dom got to
short
get
on
back
there.
now.
Gabler with the ball.
Crusaders pull it out.
Zollner up at the top of the key, looks to drive.
Stops on a dime, little reverse.
Nice job and good hit
Fadeaway is
there.
good.
Bosler gets it in real quick. Gets it in from Stomberg, kicks it out to Bennett. Bennett has a clear shot to the tray, misses it, and nice job by
dives on the
Stomberg.
floor. Good job by Stomberg.
That'll be a jump ball, and it'll go Saxony-Lutheran's way here. A change of possession. And it looks like Broden Kreitler will come in for Stromberg. As the game's 32 even now. And I got a feeling we're going to see the pace of the game pick up here maybe a little bit in this third quarter with both teams pretty energetic.
Corral and Gabler.
Oh, nice kick to James and blocked there by Bosler, who was able to get there in time for that easy shot. Good hustle by Bosler, elusive.
Yeah, just a good read though. He gets beat by Gabler and his man gets picked up and immediately goes to that open guy in the corner.
And that's going to be an offensive foul by, looks like number 1, Davis. I guess Davis didn't like getting that ball stuffed. And ball go to Dom there in the corner as they got like almost like a 1-2-1 here. Looking to try to trap it.
Dragons are going to
Got
break
the
it
diagonal.
pretty easily here. Bennett.
Oh,
one dribble, pull up.
Good
Sutton
hustle by
pulls it
Sutton.
out. Maybe a little too much dribbling there by Sutton.
Yeah, Bosler to Sutton. Sutton dicks out to
Bennett working in the corner.
And looks like Kreitler pulls out of there.
Good give and go by Bennett and Bosler.
Oh, nice job, but just couldn't convert.
Yeah, floater won't go.
Long kick out there. Dom right there on the diagonal steals it.
And they got
We
numbers.
got a 4-on-2.
Bosler calling a flare screen for Bennett, and it's going to work to perfection.
Man, and they hit it in timeout called by Rob Coleman, who wants to give him a little bit of a break here as he saw the back and forth there. And St. Gen goes up with that shot as it's 35-32 with 4:02 left to play. And we'll call a timeout. We'll be back in a moment. Timeout. And send a little shout out to our sponsor, Ciro's. Over at Ciro's right now, you want to get a little pie or you're hungry for a little food. It's 9 o'clock and you're feeling the munchies. Throw a little sign out there. We appreciate them.
Dragons in their little 2-1-2 press here. Trying to get out of it now. Bosler picking up full court.
Gabler with the ball, looking to take him to the hole, and there's going to be a nice little steal.
Bosler tries to save it. He goes off the cheerleader's leg, I think.
So it's a nice little pick there by Bennett, and Bosler almost flew out the doorway, but wasn't able to get it, and it's going to be. I guess it's going to stay St. Gen as looks like Stomberg comes back in for Dom.
Zollner laying bound for the Crusaders.
James
lobs it for Davis.
Davis.
Out of control pass there.
Davis has the ball again, looking to drive, kicks it out to Roth. Roth looking again for Hope.
And they swing it fast for the tray.
Hope to Zollner. Zollner misses. Nice rebound by Davis.
That's a double dribble.
Yes, it is.
They call it travel, but
same purpose. And that'll be a turnover for Saxony-Lutheran as Davis is replaced there by number 4, Radman. Bosler will take over at the point guard position with Dom out. Kicks it over to Kreitler.
The Crusaders have went to the zone now.
Let's
so
see
Dragons
if,
are going to get into their zone offense now.
Let's see what they do here. Bennett pushing
drives
inside.
In the
Nice kick to Stomberg. Trying to work it inside.
Kreitler thought about the tray.
If he'd have had another second, I think he would have taken it. Sutton trying to
Parker
down there on the corner.
Bosler. Bosler goes
He's underneath. There it is. Oh, nothing you can do about it, but hey,
Yeah,
that's the
Radman there
shot
with
you
the-
take. It's a nice job by Radman.
Yeah, only a sophomore. He's looking pretty comfortable out there
Yeah.
for varsity level.
He got some air on him as Bosler tries to get the ball in here. And Kreitler finds an open area. Kicks it back to Bosler. Bosler not waiting, going to take it to the hole.
Nice finish by Bosler.
Good take there. And St. Gen goes up 37-32 with 2:38 left to play in the third quarter. St. Gen's starting to get a little momentum here. Oh, that looked like a travel there by Roth. Or Hope.
Call a foul on Sutton instead.
That's his second.
It's like Simon Fritch will come in for Sutton.
Fritch is going to give Sutton a little break here on that. And let's see what he does as he's on Hope. Kreitler and Zollner here going head to head. And Hope and Fritch, let's see what happens here.
Backdoor is not there.
No, nice job there by them shutting it down. Gabler back over to Roth. Roth trying to look inside to Hope, just wasn't there. And
they get that back door. They
give
kick
it back
to
to
the
Roth.
corner. 2
Roth's
feet in
gonna
the
kick it
paint
back
is a
out.
good sign.
And Gabler hits
in
the
a
tray.
for Gabler.
Bosler gets the ball in quick over to Bennett.
And Parker. Bennett working the offense here. And Stomberg might have had opportunity there to flash. Bennett just couldn't get it over the defense there.
So Dom will replace Bosler, and looks like Fritch will be replaced there by Sutton. And Dom dribbling around here. Nice screen.
Backdoor
Good
to
backdoor to Kreitler. He's going to hit it. Nice job off the backboard.
Good pass by Johnson.
Minute 33 left to play here in the third quarter.
Kreitler working it on Kreitler.
And they're going to give him the foul once again.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, his second foul. You know, and I don't know. It's kind of a ticky-tack foul right there. But, I mean, yeah, he's riding him, but he pulled up. So it wasn't that bad. Yeah, that's 2 fouls.
Yeah, I think under some circumstances, it's not really messing with the player. I don't think it's very necessary to call it at times.
No, he wasn't impeding his,
right.
You know, he was just riding right along with him. And looks like Zollner's going to hit his first one. And a couple of transitions here for Saxony, as looks like Wilson comes in.
Simon May.
Yeah.
And the French will come back in for Stomberg this time.
As they look to try and get the ball in here with these transition here. Let's see, 39-36, and he hits a second of 2. Sutton gets it in to Dom. Dom looking down the court here. They're going to slow it down just a little bit here. I saw it too. Bennett looked wide open, didn't he?
Yeah.
And
Johnson loses his
it
dribble.
back out to Bennett as Kreitler swings around. Kreitler on the back door, not available. And Dom's going to get back to the top as they reset. Kreitler with the ball, kicks it over to Bennett. Bennett wants a shot at it. He's going to hit rim.
Good.
And Johnson, nice tip there by Sutton. Johnson's going to go ahead and pull up the hard 2. Bam, misses. And nice rebound by Edelman.
And Simon May's got the opportunity.
Oh, and he misses the layup, and
Wilson is right there.
Foul. And and Wilson. Looks like Wilson's going to get the foul on that for pushing on the layup there. And that'll be his 4th foul, so not much left on his plate.
Comes in for Johnson to finish off this third period.
41 seconds left to play here in the third quarter.
The French setting the pick once again for Bosler. Bosler working his way through the paint. A wild shot won't go.
Nope.
Crusaders come out of the pack. They got numbers.
And the conversion right there. Nice job by Radman from, looks like, Zollner. And he's able to hit 2 the hard way and goes for the old-fashioned 3-point on the free throw here as game is tied up with 25 seconds left as looks like offensively St. Gen's gone quiet here. Radman puts it up, bangs one off of it, and we still stay tied. Rebound by Kreitler, and St. Gen's going to slow it down, maybe get one shot here.
Bosler aware of the shot clock here, taking his time.
All right, so as they look around here, and Bennett look to the corner, he's going to try for the tray. He's open, and he just misses. French not strong enough to pull it down.
Hands, yeah. Radman just takes it away, and 2 seconds on the shot. And
wow.
It's good.
And nice shot by number 14, Bryce Gabler, as Gabler hits one right at the buzzer for 3, and looks like the Saxony-Lutheran goes up 42-39 as we enter into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and just like that, it feels like the momentum has shifted entirely.
Yep, and we'll be back after a moment. Well, if you're just tuning in, it's fourth quarter tonight. St. Gen trailing 42-39. It's been kind of a back and forth hit between both teams. They each go on their runs. If you're looking at coming in, we're broadcasting again on Thursday as St. Gen girls will play. I believe they host, is it West County?
I believe so.
And then we will come back at you on Friday as St. Gen hosts Valley Catholic here at the Peggy J. Johnson Memorial?
Yep. That'll be a boys' game, though.
As St. Gen gets the ball, feeds it into Hunter underneath. Hunter looking to push the issue, and nice job. 41-42 as they're back in action with Gabler bringing the ball down for Saxony-Lutheran. And it looks like a referee timeout here as something kind of flies out from the from the stands.
Looked like an apple, but
or a red ball or something like that. Really weird. So a little referee timeout there, and we'll inbound and go again here with 7:39 on the clock for the fourth quarter.
And Gabler will bring it up for the Crusaders. Just gives it to May.
May kicks it out to Wilson.
Wilson nice pump
shoots
fake.
off and rebound by Bosler. Bosler looking to kick it out, and he does to Bennett. Bennett almost walks. Johnson looking to come inside. He holds it in. And
wild layup again.
Yep, and
Bennett
going up.
The smallest player coming out of
nice
Johnson.
Rebound by Johnson, and he puts it in. And that was just gutsy basketball right there from one of the shortest players, man.
Zoner working on Bosler.
Nice job by Bosler on the defense there. Gabler and Johnson going at it up top. And Zollner with the ball outside with Bosler on him. And he drives a little bit. Looks like they're giving Roth and Hope a little chance to relax. And Hunter fouled, and he nails it. And that's 2 points, 45-42. And he's going to look to try and convert this to a three-point play here.
Dragons will retake the lead 45-42.
And looks like Davis and Hope and Roth will re-enter the game here for this shot as they got a little bit of a break. They've been in most of the game here.
Yeah.
Hunter's had a little bit of a break here as he goes up and hits that one.
There's a little foul trouble in the third quarter.
So all plans let out here as Gabler goes after it with Johnson. He's got a clear race. Gives it to Zollner.
Thought about the tray. Backdoor to Hope, and that's a charge.
Oh, and they're saying it's a block. I guess he wasn't set. It looked like he had position there. Nice effort by Dom, a little shaken up, and who wouldn't be?
Looked like he was set when the ball was in the air still.
Yeah.
But
well,
refs may have seen something else.
Hope's one of the bigger guys on the team, and he looking to shoot again.
It's on the smaller Johnson.
Nice rebound by Hunter. Hunter kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson back to Bosler. Bosler looking to the corner, and Bennett may hit a tray. Nope. And Hunter trying to get the ball. It bounces around. It's going to go to Gabler. Gabler going to go up and hits it. Nice job.
Footwork. Yes, it was.
A little coast to coast on that. Nice and smooth.
Still back and forth game here.
St. Gen up by 2.
Davis working Johnson full court.
Johnson takes. Isn't able to convert.
Rattles off the rim.
Hope gets the rebound. And they're going to give it to Gabler to slow the pace down just a tad with 5:31 left to play in the fourth quarter. St. Gen up by 2.
Hope.
It looks like Coach Coleman's going to give him a little
patient
transition in here.
Dead ball.
Oh, a nice job by Johnson. Johnson looking to try and take. And he does. He misses, but good putback there by Kreitler, who followed.
Yeah.
And great job there as St. Gen calls a timeout. And with it 48-44, 5:11. And St. Gen going to give their players a little bit of a rest. And speaking of rest, we want to send a shout out to our sponsor, Ciro's Pizza, as they have been our sponsor this year, starting this fall. Go on over there and grab yourself something to eat. If you were listening earlier to the broadcast, we had our podcast playing as we had the podcast introduced, I believe it was Coach Coleman.
Yeah.
This go around. We'll have a couple of them up here coming into this week. Coach Coleman today, and then we'll probably have Bonnell and Robinson, and I know we'll be bringing in Coach Walk pretty soon.
Hopefully get a new one by the end of this week for you guys.
Yeah, if we can get a little bit of Coach Walk in to talk, we'll probably have her in as well, and we'll probably start nailing a couple players here pretty soon, and we'll get to meet a few of them and see what's going on with them and what their thoughts are and how they feel about the school year and sports.
The winter sports are starting to pick up here more a little bit.
Yeah, with Christmas coming into play, you know, it's always a little bit of excitement to have a little time off.
Yeah.
After about 18 weeks at school. Gabler has the ball here. Bosler's on him now as Dom gets a little break on the bench. And nice move there by Gabler.
Yeah. Bosler keeps him in
Bosler
front.
gets a steal. Kicks it out there to Stomberg. Almost loses. And Hunter there to pick it up.
Kreitler.
Stomberg thinking about it. Bosler inside.
Well, back and forth from Stomberg and Bosler, but nothing that they really like. Bennett thought about the tray.
No contingency here. He goes back to Stomberg. Gives it back to Bosler. Bosler to Bennett. Bennett kicks it inside to Hunter. Hunter thinking about it. He's going to go for it.
Far, and
nothing
that time
there.
Hope is
just
all over.
Mauled him, man. Nice job by Hope on defense. Take a little out of juice there.
And Zollner gets the screen from Hope.
Hope back door. And they kick it out to, looks like Gabler. Gabler I thought might try to pull up, but he didn't.
Another pick from Hope.
Zollner still kicks it over to Roth. Roth going baseline. Gets stuck underneath. He's in trouble.
Good defense by the Dragons.
And there's the three. And Gabler hot right now. You give him the ball. I mean, he's putting it up and hitting it. Bosler taking it inside. Tries to go to it inside. Sends it to Hunter. Hunter's going to go to the hole. And he takes it right off there. 50-47 as St. Gen responds quickly. And Zollner with the ball here. Him and Stomberg.
Yeah, Dragons continue to work them full court, making
nice
them work
job
for
there
it.
by Bennett to stop the drive. Zollner with the ball up top. Kicks it over to, nice
Good
job.
steal by Bosler.
And Bosler sees Hunter. Hunter, one-on-one, gets fouled by Zollner. And that ball goes sailing out of bounds. And they will take it out as St. Gen maintains possession here. St. Gen up by 3 with 3:12 left to play in the fourth quarter. St. Gen has 4 timeouts, I believe.
Getting into some
No,
crunch
they got
time
3
here.
timeouts left. And let's see what's going on. They're going to get a transition here as Davis goes out and Radman comes in. And Bosler has the ball. Looking to get it in. Kicks it out there.
Get it to
Johnson.
the outlet. Bosler's going to take a tray.
And just
Rattles
comes up
out.
short. Gabler picks the ball up. He could be in trouble here. Oh, and he calls a timeout, and that's the last timeout for Saxony-Lutheran. Coaches weren't too happy, but they can't argue too much with that.
Yeah.
That would
kind of put them in a bad situation there anyways with
absolutely
only one timeout and under 3 minutes to go in a tight ball game like this.
Right.
Really want a couple timeouts.
And so that leaves them with none left. So they cannot stop the clock except foul. Now with 2:59 left to play, I'd like to send a shout out to anybody who's listening right now. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you, and hopefully we'll bring this to you as the season starts here. We have a few in December, and then we'll really kick off in January, where the bulk of our broadcasts will be.
Yeah,
and
I think only 2 more boys' home games after this one before next year, I should say.
That's correct. And I believe there's just 1 or maybe 2 girls' games, and that's it. And then we're supposed to have wrestling, but unfortunately I don't think we have anybody available to actually do the broadcast that day. And I think it would be like 5 days of just straight games and stuff. So Hope takes it out, and he's going to bring it down the court. Bosler trailing. Bosler gets the steal, but they're going to and he had his arm around him, and that's going to happen almost every time. Good call by the ref, and that's Bosler's second foul. 50-47, 2:53.
So Davis will come in for Roth for the Crusaders.
Ooh, almost a back and forth there. Zollner with the ball here, kicks it off to Hope, and Hunter will be on Hope.
Active hands
and that's going to be a foul on Dom, I think, this time for reaching. And that'll be Dom's 4th foul. And in comes Kreitler. Can't allow him to get out with 2:43 left to play. So Saxony will inbound on the sideline, kicks it out over to Gabler. Uncontested, and St. Gen sets up defense. We'll see what they do here. Saxony looking to try and work something here. And Gabler trying to go in deep, just nothing there. Good defense there.
Defense, yeah. And
good
Davis.
take by Davis. Man. Bosler will bring it up.
Good pitch by Gabler. He's done a good job tonight, not turning the ball over very much.
Bennett with the ball here, looking at Hunter inside. And that ball's going to be tipped and out of bounds. It's going to stay St. Gen as they'll have to inbound, looks like from the sideline.
Yeah, just kind of forcing it a little bit there.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird inbound here.
Yeah. Nice job by Bosler not touching that.
Yeah.
Bosler kicks it over to Hunter.
Hunter gets doubled.
Bennett looking for something inside. Free throw extended, hits it. And 54-49. Coach Coleman calls a full timeout on this one, I believe. Well, they're standing up, so that may be a 30-second timeout. 52-49, minute 58 left. Like we said, if you're tuning in, we got a girls' game on Thursday with West County, and St. Gen will host again on Friday, 7 o'clock. If you're tuning into the girls' game, you got to do it early because they're playing at 5:30 due to the fact that they don't really have a JV team, so they're just straight varsity games. So it's going to be a fast-paced season for them, I would say, on them game nights. It's like they show up, play a varsity game, and roll out. Very rare, but it does happen on occasion. And unfortunately this year it's what's happening.
Well, it's a little nice. I mean, won't have as stay here as late.
Sure. Well, it's nice for us anyway.
Well, yeah, for us
we're not getting home at 10 o'clock at night. So a minute 58 left to play here. 52-49 is 4th period. And it's been back and forth. Pretty good matchup as they inbound, and the Crusaders looking to try and
Gabler
bridge
working
the
on
distance
Bosler.
here. Zollner going to bring it up, and Kreitler riding him down. Little kick out there to Gabler. Gabler's going to try and take it inside. Nothing there. Hope, little tray shot, nails
good.
it.
It's his fourth tray tonight, and it's a big one. Ties the game at 52 apiece.
It's still minute 33. St. Gen doesn't seem too overly worried about it.
Here.
Yep.
Kreitler drives. Looked like he had a.
And he's fouled on the take.
Might have had an elbow jumper there, but takes it to the hole for a foul.
So it looks like Kreitler's going to get to shoot the ball here. As Coach Coleman talks it over with his boys. All right, so looks like they had to clarify who the foul was on, and Radman was the one who got the foul. And Kreitler hits the first one, and that's a big one, as that puts St. Gen back out on the lead, 53-52, minute 24 left.
Johnson at the scores table here.
And he hits the next one, and Johnson will enter the game for Kreitler, and Kreitler hits two big ones right there. Clutch in the top. So St. Gen's going to press the issue. They're not pulling back.
Going to work them on the defensive end here. Try to get a good stop.
Johnson seeing it up. Nice job there by Bosler. And they're trying to work the ball inside for the easy shot when you're only down by 2. You don't want to have to pull up the tray every time. Zollner tries to drive.
Backdoor to Hope.
Man, that sure was. Hunter gets it back out to Johnson. 58 seconds left to play here as we got a tie game.
Johnson being patient.
Johnson looking to drive.
Beats his initial defender.
Kicks it out to Hunter. Hunter looking outside, picks it up to Bennett. Bennett thinking about it. Hunter's going to pull up a tray, and he's going to miss.
It's offline.
Boy, and you got away with one, I think, on the foul. And 32 seconds left. It's a tie game. Refs are letting them play. So Zollner with the ball, looks to drive. And that looked like a charge, and it is by number 4, Radman. And great play by Johnson there.
It was.
And offensive foul there. And looks like they'll rotate a couple other players in for the Knights with 21 seconds left. Tie game as things are heating up.
Just 21 seconds remain. Bosler gives it back to Hunter. Bosler wants it back.
Bosler looking for one shot. He's going to go one-on-one, it looks like. And 8 seconds, and here we go. And Bosler going to take the hole, and he takes it to himself. He's not going to get it. He's going to no foul called, and we're going into overtime here as Bosler tries to take it to the hole. Hope is able. Was it Hope or Roth? I think it was Roth.
He stumbled his dribble a little bit. It's just a tough shot.
Yep. He never really took off on it like he wanted to. And, good defense there. You got to give it to Saxony-Lutheran on that. Yeah. And they were able to pop out the take, and they weren't able to get a shot off with 2 seconds. So good job by Bosler making sure that if he did take the shot, it wasn't going to be reciprocated down and no one was going to foul. And that's going to pull St. Gen into an overtime here against the Saxony-Lutheran Crusaders. And we'll be back in a moment.
First season opener here. St. Genevieve is going to result in overtime.
And it's a big one so far.
Both teams at 54 apiece. Just line up for the jump ball.
And it goes up, and looks like St. Gen will get it as Bosler
So overtime here.
Brings it
4
down.
minutes on the
Goes
clock.
against Davis. And takes Davis. Stomberg over to Bennett. Bennett swings it over to Hunter. Hunter's going to try and drive inside. He's going to take a shot and hits it. Nice turnaround pop. Oh, and nice. Oh, and that would have been a great steal there. As
Crusaders got numbers now as they push
Gabler
it.
wasn't watching. Gabler
Good job
pushing
by
them.
Hunter.
And
Get back
Gabler
on
takes the ball
defense.
himself, and that's going to be,
Wild shot.
yep. It's not going to fall. Bosler's not going to push the issue here. Thought he might.
Yeah, he kind of slowed it down a little bit.
Looks like
Hunter
Hunter tried
gets
to
on
go
that low
inside
block.
again. Dom with the tray from the outside, nails it. And all of a sudden, St. Gen's getting hot. With 3:07 left to play, 59 to 54. 3:03 on the clock. St. Gen goes ahead.
Bosler,
by
good
5.
defense, diving on the ball.
Kick out there to Zollner. He shoots a
It's
tray,
offline.
misses.
Good
Bosler gets the
by
rebound,
Bosler.
kicks it out to Bennett. Bennett to Dom, and they're going to slow it down. Coleman calling the team to kind of spread it out.
And good job by the Dragons making them speed up their offense and not giving them a comfortable shot. As Hunter will take a tray.
And he
It's
misses.
offline.
And he didn't bother to step in front of him either. And looks like Davis is going to drive down. It looked like he almost walked there. And boy, Gabler shoots that one way off.
Yeah.
And they get another shot here. Coach Coleman wasn't happy about the last effort there. I don't think he's wanting to shoot and just spread the thing out.
Yeah, well, Hunter definitely had an opportunity to get his own rebound there, especially the one shooting and knows where it's going to go.
Right. And looks like Bosler loses the ball here.
I think Bosler called the timeout before he went out of bounds, but
well, it looked like he was going to try, but he slid.
He might have.
I think the elbow hit it.
It was close, but.
So you're going to inbound there. St. Gen continues to do what they've been doing all time. It's 2:02 left to play, 59 to 54. St. Gen up in overtime here. Kicks it out to Roth. Roth looks to drive, looking inside, obviously to Hope. And Davis
picks up his
nothing
dribble.
there.
Back door ain't there, and Dom gets a hand on it and dives on it.
And that's going to be a jump ball. Let's see where it goes here. And it's going to stay there for Saxony. Great job by Dom. Just not in the favor right there for St. Gen. It's 59 to 54. The Crusaders will take the ball out. Zollner hands the ball here, looking to throw it inside. Kicks it out to Gabler.
The Crusaders down by 5 here.
Gabler gives it to Hope. Hope looked to drive here. Nice job by Hunter keeping him out of there.
Not much urgency by the Crusaders, being down by 5.
And
the Dragons will not let up here as they're determined in the defensive end.
And looks like a timeout here by Saxony-Lutheran as they go. Hey, you're watching the SGHS Sports Stream, home of the Dragons. Scan our QR code and subscribe on YouTube today. Check out our website. We've got all sorts of sports in there. We've got blogs from our writers at the SGHS Sports Stream, checking out our teams, podcasts with players, coaches, and even our administrators at time. Yeah. You can also check out, our live action, or I guess now they're off season now, though, until the spring. But we have our gaming club out there. Esports just finished. We had one guy go to state last week. We're looking to probably talk to him and kind of get a blog follow-up there, or writing article on him. But you can go and check out their esports, and you can see all their actual live action that they save as we update that as well. If you need a roster or you need to know what the schedule is, come see us. We've got you covered. We also have all of our sponsors that go with it, including some of the media that we go and our social media sites. Hit the links.
Rothel inbound for the Crusaders. He's going to have to throw it long.
Kicks it back out to Davis. Davis looking to penetrate. He's going to try again. And this time, yes, he was moving.
Yeah, I agree.
There was too much space in between them that time to set up.
Yeah.
And so Hunter's going to take the foul on that one.
Yeah, Hunter almost a little far under the basket there to be set for a charge anyways.
So that'll be his 4th foul on the night as Davis goes to the line for an important shot, and he hits the first one. Davis looking to try and cut it down to a 1-shot lead here for St. Gen. And he does. And Davis will go out.
And Radman will come in.
All right, so they're going to full court press here. St. Gen looks to get the ball in. And Dom will take it. They got a 2-on-3, and he pulls it out. And they're looking to burn clock and maybe get a foul here.
Yeah.
Nice job by Bennett there to keep it out. Dom getting double teamed here, getting pulled and fouled, and there it is again, as that's about all you can do to stop the clock with 1:01 left, 59-56. And Gabler will get the foul on that one. That'll be his 3rd foul of the night, as Dom will go to the line.
I believe Dom 1 of 2 from the stripe this game.
We go 2 of 3. And we're right at that score we talked about in the 60 range.
Yeah.
So 60-56 is about where they both are landing right now.
Davis back in for Radman.
Dom hits a second, and it's 61-56 as they look to push here.
Crusaders.
Zollner gives it back to Davis. Davis takes it to the hole, kind of gets fouled there.
Up there and loses the ball.
It's
the refs let him play.
disco fever on the floor, and looks like Dom gets the ball, and Bosler calls a quick timeout, and St. Gen will get the steal on that.
Good heads-up play by the senior Bosler.
Yep, 46-41, and St. Gen will have an opportunity to talk it over and inbound in. And I think that's the last of everybody's timeouts, maybe? You get, what, 2 extra ones in overtime? Is that right? Or 1?
I don't know if it's 1 or 2, but
I can't see the board from over here on there, so. Well, it feels like somebody's got two. Yeah, it says we got 2 timeouts on the board, but I don't know how that's possible, but maybe it is. I don't know.
They don't go, like your timeouts that you have from the original game, they don't go into overtime, do they?
I don't think so.
I didn't think so.
So 46 seconds left here as St. Gen takes it out, and looks like the Crusaders are going to full court press this and try to get a steal.
No other option.
If not, or a foul, whichever one. They got to keep the clock. And Hunter will get the ball in, gives it to Bosler. Bosler's going to push. Sends it down to Stomberg. Easy 2 points, and that's all there is to it. And now they don't have time to wait.
Yeah, Crusaders.
As the Crusaders kick it out to Hope, who shoots a tray. He's going to be short. And Hunter.
Strong rebound by Hunter off the air ball from Hope.
And looks like St. Gen's going to get the jump ball here, so it's in their favor. It's going to be a full court press again, 63-56, 28 seconds left. St. Gen trying to either get the ball in and push away, and Hunter going to drive down the court.
Hunter a little
kick
out
it
of
over
control.
and he's fouled really quick. And he'll go to the line here. And Gabler will pick up his 4th foul with 22 seconds left.
Well, overall, I think both teams did a good job. Definitely hustled, and there's no doubt about it. Both came out 100% effort for the whole game. The Dragons struggled a little bit offensively, and I don't think they got as many fast break opportunities as they would like.
Correct. Well, and you also have to look into, and both teams are probably shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, they really struggled in the first half on free throws. Kind of settled down here in the second half, but, you know, that's just, it is what it is. Bosler tries to go deep with one, and nice play there by Zollner. Zollner gives it to Gabler, who shoots a tray and just nothing but air. And with 4 seconds left, that's probably going to do it with 64-56, barring some sort of miracle here. With 4 seconds, St. Gen just has to get the ball in, and they do. And they're just going to let the clock run out, and that'll be that. And we have a game. St. Gen in overtime beats Saxony-Lutheran Crusaders 64-56. Great game back and forth by both teams, and it's a good one to watch here to start the season out in December for a home game. And we hope to see you back watching us on Thursday and especially on Friday as the boys entertain Valley Catholic. Always a fun one to watch. Both teams give it their all, as always.
Yep.
So you're watching the SGHS Sports Stream, home of the Dragons. You want more Dragon sports action? It's easy. Just scan the QR code on your screen to jump straight to live coverage, podcasts, blogs, and highlights. And while you're there, make sure to hit subscribe on our YouTube channel so you never miss a game. From football to basketball, softball, baseball, wrestling, and more. SGHS Sports Stream brings the action to you live and on demand. Stay connected with your Dragons. Only on SGHS Sports Stream. Well, Kyler, appreciate you showing up tonight, buddy.
Yep, always. It was a fun one for sure.
Yep, I'll see you again Friday.
Yep.
All right, bud. Have a good